And our next report delves into the complex relationship between the United States and China, especially in terms of China's sovereign debt default, the potential consequences and the proposed solutions by advocates. Take a look.
Everyone should pay off their debts within the agreed time. But it turns out that China is actually in default on its own sovereign debt held by American bondholders. Let's take a step back and understand the historical context. Before 1949, the Republic of China issued long-term sovereign gold-denominated bonds to finance infrastructure activities. These bonds were secured by Chinese tax revenues and played a crucial role in shaping the China we know today. However, during its conflict with Japan in 1938, the Republic of China defaulted on that debt. Subsequently, the government fled to Taiwan and the People's Republic of China took its place. According to the well-established international law based on the principle of the successor government doctrine, the current Chinese government is responsible for repaying the defaulted bonds. Surprisingly, the United States chose to overlook this issue, allowing business and trade with China to proceed as usual. But now, with the relationship souring and China emerging as a significant adversarial threat, US policymakers are being urged to reconsider their stand. The American Bondholders Foundation, a group representing over 20,000 bondholders, holds a substantial quantity of these defaulted Chinese bonds, with a total value exceeding $1 trillion. In the past, the United Kingdom took a tough stance on a similar issue. It compelled China to honour its debt to British subjects as a condition for accessing UK capital markets. Now the question arises, what can be done by the United States? Proponents argue that the US should follow the UK. They also propose two other possible actions to rectify the situation. First, the US government could acquire the Chinese bonds held by the ABF and utilize them to offset a significant portion, if not all, of the $850 billion in the US treasuries owned by China. This move would not only lower the national debt, but also reduce the daily interest paid to China. The second proposed action involves passing legislation that requires China to abide by international norms and rules of finance, trade and commerce. The US Congress and the Joe Biden administration have a unique opportunity to tackle this issue head-on. Settling the defaulted debt not only serves justice to the bondholders, but, if handled correctly, could also be a significant win for the US taxpayer. It remains to be seen how the United States will navigate this challenging situation and implications for both nations. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.